Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English class. Good evening to all. I hope everybody is already settled in and ready, of course, for our discussion today, our topic discussion today. Now, in this evening, we are going to start a whole new other topic. This is A1, Unit 1, Lesson 11 on places. Again, our topic discussion will focus on places. So, in this session and sorry, in this session and in future sessions, we are going to focus on the topic the places. Okay? Again, our topic discussion will be on places. We're going to start with, of course, defining what places is and of course going to look into each category under places. Now, we have spent our recent sessions becoming experts on the move. So, last topic, we have mastered the vehicles of the land, the vessels of the water, and the giants of the sky. We have learned the rules on the road and the signs that keep us safe. But today we ask ourselves our very important question: where are we going? Every journey has a destination and every vehicle has a home. Today, we begin a beautiful new topic called places. As mentioned earlier, so this unit is about the locations that make up our world, from the quiet corners of our neighborhoods to the massive landmarks that define the entire cities. So think about your daily life. No, when you leave your house, where do you go? Perhaps you visit a place to learn, you visit a place to heal, or you visit a place to buy food, or you a place to sit quietly and just enjoy the nature, right? So these are not just buildings, they are the heart of our communities. So they are where we meet our friends, where we work, and where we make memories. Okay, so in this chapter, everyone, we will learn the names of these essential locations. We will explore the public places that belong to the everyone, the nature places that existed long before humans, and of course the famous landmarks that people travel thousands of miles to see. So by the end of this topic, you will be able to describe exactly. So sorry for that. You will be able to describe exactly where you are and where you want to go. So whether you are giving directions to a tourist or telling a friend about your favorite park, you will have the words to bring the map to life. So let's step out of our vehicles and begin exploring the many wonderful places that wait for us just around the corner. Okay? Is everybody ready to start our new topic discussion? Before we start, let's take a deep breath. On my cue, inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Okay. So I hope everybody is settled in, comfortable at their own places so that you can really learn something from today. Okay? Ears on me. Again, our topic is on places. So, as defined earlier, places are locations where we live, work, learn, and play. So, we will explore various types of places, including schools, parks, homes, and other exciting environments in our communities. So, in the context of our community or our lesson, places are defined here as the specific fixed geographical locations where we spend the various moments of our daily life. So, they are the destinations that give purpose to our journeys and the reason why we use roads and vehicles. So, place is not merely an empty space or a generic area, it is a location with a specific identity and, of course, a clear function within a neighborhood. So the concept of a place is centered on how human beings interact with their environment. And of course, according to this is a place is where we live, we work, we learn, we play. So every place in a community is built or designated to facilitate at least one of these core experiences. Okay? So To understand what makes a location a place, we must look at the four primary ways people use these environments. We mentioned living, working, learning, playing. Now, when we say places for living, these are the environments where people reside or live. They provide shelter, they provide safety, and a private space for the rest and family life. Basically, your home, your house, where you live. No? Next is places for working. These are the locations established for professional tasks and labor. They are the centers of production and services where people go to earn a living. Okay, that's working. Next is places for learning. These are the settings dedicated to education and the acquisition of new skills. They serve as hubs for knowledge where people of all ages grow and develop. That is for learning. And lastly, places for playing. These are areas reserved for recreation. These are areas reserved for sports or any kind of social interaction. So they provide a space necessary for health, necessary for fun, for community connection. Okay? That is places for playing. Again, we have look at the four primary ways people use places. It's either living, working, learning, or playing. Now, of course, the role of places in community is very important. Why do we have a whole topic about places? Well, everyone, places act as the fundamental building blocks of our society in a way that when many different places are grouped together, they form a community or a neighborhood. So each location is like a piece of puzzle. When you put them all together, they create a complete picture of how a society functions. So the definition of a place also includes the idea of exciting environments. This suggests that places are not just functional, they are also emotional and social centers. They are where memories are made, where work is accomplished, and where knowledge is shared. So, by dividing places through these four categories, students can begin to see the world around them as an organized map of human activity. They learn that every time they leave their place for living to go to a place for learning, they are participating in the grand system of community life. This definition provides the essential foundation for students to understand their own role within their community and why we build the infrastructure that connects these vital locations. Okay, those are places, and that's the important of it. That is why we are talking about it. Okay, any questions so far? Everyone, reminder that you can always use our chat box for questions or responses, any kind of responses, any kind of reply that you want to share to me or to the whole group or to other people, that would be encouraged or that would be appreciated. No, I will be constantly checking the chat box so as to really not miss any of your responses. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the first category of places, which is school places. Now, in the school places, we have classroom, library, playground, and we also have canteen. Yeah, canteen. So, in places, there are specific spots where we go every day. So, a place is more than just a building or a piece of land. As I mentioned earlier, it is a location with a special job. So, here places are important. So we started with school places. Now when we say school places, these are the spots where people go to get new information. So in these locations, teachers help students grow, right? And of course, they learn how to do new things. Basically, school places are places for learning. Okay. Again, there are four under it: classroom, library, playground, and canteen. I forgot to include here, but yeah, canteen is included. Okay? Or cafeteria for a moment. Okay. Continuing, again, school places are places for learning. We start with the classroom. Now, In our big world, there are many different places. Some places are for learning, and that's classroom. So the most special place, especially if you're a student, is the classroom. A classroom is a room where students come to get new information every day. It is a place where teachers help guide you and show you how to do new things. So when we talk about a classroom, we call it an engaging environment. This means that the room is built to make you feel happy and to make you feel excited to study. So, everything in the room, from the walls to the floor, is there to help you learn English and other important subjects. So, a classroom is full of helpful objects. Each object has a specific job to do to make sure you can study well. So, you can see in this picture. Now, let's try to, as mentioned here in the slide, how does this define it? A classroom is a room where students learn and teachers guide them. It is filled with desks, chairs, and learning materials that create an engaging environment for studying English and other subjects. So that's how the classroom is defined. Now, going back, I've mentioned that there are tools inside a classroom. No? So a classroom is full of helpful objects. In this picture, what can you see? First, that we can see is the desks and the chairs, right? So every student has their own desk and chair. This is your personal spot in the classroom. Your desk is where you keep your notebook and your pens. So your chair helps you sit comfortably so you can focus on the teacher. That or those are the primary, function of the desk and the chairs. Aside from the desk and the chairs, we also have Oh, these papers, we call it learning materials. So you look around the room and you will see many tools, right? Aside from the papers. These are the books to read, this one. We also have maps to see the world and paper for writing. So some classrooms even have computers or tablets. These are called learning materials because they give you the information you need to know about a certain topic. So learning materials are anything that would help you get the information that you need to know. Okay? So that is learning materials. Aside from that, we have the board. So at the front of the room, there is usually, a big board, a white board, a black board, a green board. This is where the teacher writes new words or draws picture to explain a lesson. It is like a big screen that shows everyone what to learn next. Okay? This one. Now, just like a street has traffic lights and crosswalks to keep people safe, of course, a classroom has rules to keep students happy. Now, when we say rules, these are instructions for how to behave in a place of learning, for learning. So, first rule, we stop and listen. So, it's the rule inside the classroom really differs from each teacher. General rules includes stopping and listen. So when the teacher is speaking, it is time for students to be quiet. This is like a red light on the road. So it tells us to stop our own talking so we can hear the important information. Next is we respect the learning materials. So as a student, we must be kind to the books. We must be kind to the desks and the chairs. So when we take care of our materials, they stay nice for a long time. So everyone can use them, not just you. And then lastly is we help each other. Now, when you think about it, you can consider a classroom a small community, right? We should be nice to our classmates and help them if they have a question. So following these general rules makes the classroom a very safe place. It is a place where you can make a mistake and of course not be afraid because the teacher is there to guide you and help you try again. Okay? So that is a classroom. Now, what does a day in a classroom look like? Every morning, of course, you leave your house, which is your place for living, to come to the school. When you walk through the door of the classroom, your learning time begins. You sit at your desk and you look at your learning materials. You might read a story in English, you might solve a math problem, you might talk to your friends about a new project. All of these activities happen in this one special room. The classroom is the heart of our community for students. It is a place where we spend our time to become smarter, to become stronger, even though there are millions of classrooms in the world. So your classroom is special because it is where you and your friends grow together. So we have learned that places are where we do our daily activities. So the classroom, again, it is the specific place for the activity of learning. It is a room full of desks, it is a room full of chairs, materials that make studying fun and exciting. So when you are in a classroom tomorrow, if you are still studying, look around, see if you can find all the things that we talked about today, and notice how the teacher guides you and how the desks and chairs help you work. So you're very lucky to have such engaging environment for your education. And that is classroom. Any question about the classroom? Let me see the chat box. I guess not. Everything is clear. We'll take it that everything is clear. Now, I do apologize, everyone, if there are times that I may pause because I really had to cough and I cannot stop that. So please bear with me all throughout our session today. Anyway, continuing. Next to classroom is library. Now, a library is a wonderful place filled with many books to read. It offers a quiet space for everyone to explore stories, learn new things, and enjoy reading in a peaceful environment. Again, our category is school places. We've already talked about classroom, and now we are talking about library. Now, um, a library is a big building or a room that is filled with many books. Many books. It is a place for everyone in the neighborhood to come and explore, or everyone in the school to come and explore. So, what makes the library special? Well, a library is an exciting environment. It is different from a classroom because in a library, you can choose what you want to study all by yourself. It is a very peaceful environment. So this means it is very calm and quiet, which helps our brains to think clearly. So inside the library, you will find many things. First is the shelves of books. There are thousands of stories and information books on tall shelves. So that's the very first main thing that you can see. Aside from that, we have comfortable chairs. These are the soft chairs where you can sit and read for a long time. Aside from chairs, there's also tables for study. There are big tables where you can use your learning materials to do homework. So that is, or those are the different things, main things. No, there are more things, but these are main things that you can see or find in a library. Now, the simple rules of the library, because the library is a shared place for the whole community, for the whole students, we have simple rules to follow. So these rules help keep the environment of the library peaceful. First is we whisper voices. In a library, we do not talk loudly. We use a very small voice so other people can enjoy reading their books in peace. Next is we walk slowly. We do not run inside the library. We walk slowly to be safe and to stay quiet. And the next is we take care of books. Books are very special, so we must keep them clean and dry so they stay nice for the next person who wants to read them. Okay? Again, we use whisper voices, we walk slowly, and we take care of books. So, all in all, the library is a place for learning. You can go there to find books about science, about history, or how to speak English. So teachers often guide students to the library to find information for school projects. But of course, aside from that, the library is also a place for playing. How? Well, reading is fun. No, it is a Reading a fun story is a way to play with your imagination. You can travel to the moon, you can meet a dinosaur, or become a superhero just by opening a book. This is why the library is such an exciting place to be. One of the best things about a library is that it is a community resource in a way that you can pick a book you love and you borrow it. This means that you can take the book to your place for living, which is your home, to read it before bed. And of course, after you finish reading it, you bring it back to the library so someone else can learn from it. Okay? You can borrow the books. Now, of course, I've already described what library is. We understand its importance, right? Especially for our community. And every community needs a library because it gives everyone a chance to grow. It is a place that belongs to you and your neighbors. It provides a safe, quiet, and happy space for people of all ages. So when you go to the library, you are not just visiting a building, you are visiting a world of ideas. It is a place where you can explore anything you are curious about, whether you want to learn about the stars or read a funny story. So the library is the perfect place for you. Okay? That is library. That is all about the library. Okay, so far we've talked about classroom and library. Now, next to school places is the playground. No fun at the playground. Now, um, playground aside from so again, in our in places, there are essential locations where we live, work, learn, and play. So when we focus on the play part of our lives, one of the most exciting and active environments we visit is the playground. Now, when we say a playground, playground is a dedicated outdoor area where children go specifically to have fun and engage in physical activity. It is a place filled with movement, with laughter, and with games. Now, what makes a playground? A playground here is defined as an outdoor area where children play. It has swing slides and climbing equipment, providing a space for fun and exercise. We play games on the playground during recess. So, a playground is basically defined by the special equipment it contains, which is designed to help children move their bodies in different ways. These tools provide a safe and engaging space for exercise. First, we have the swings. Now, swings, these allow children to sit and move back and forth through the air. So, this is the swing. Okay, the swing. Next, we have the slides. These are smooth surfaces. This one, surfaces that children can climb up and then slide down quickly. And then climbing equipment, these structures like ladders or bars, it help children build strength as they move upward. So those are just this one ladder. Those are just some of the many equipments that a playground has: swing, slides, and climbing equipment. So by using these equipment, children are not just having fun; they're also getting the daily exercise their bodies need to stay healthy and strong. Okay, so um that is those are the different equipment in a playground. Now, what is the purpose of a playground? Because it is not primarily for learning, right? The playground serves several important functions in a child's day-to-day life. First is a space for fun. So the primary goal of a playground is to provide an environment where children can be happy and enjoy their free time. That is why this is for fun. Aside from that, we have also exercise and health. Because children are running, they are jumping and climbing. The playground is a vital spot for physical health in the community while the students are having fun. And lastly, social interaction. On the playground, children meet their friends and learn how to play games together. It is a place for making new friends. It is a place for learning how to share equipment. Okay? Now, when do we visit playground, especially if you're a student? In a student's life, the most common time to visit the playground is during recess. Recess is a special break during the school day when students leave their place for learning, which is the classroom, and go to their place for playing. During recess, the playground becomes the center of the school community, so it is a time for students to take a break from their books and to use their energy to run and play games with their classmates. So, this balance between learning in the classroom and playing on the playground is very important for a happy school day. Okay? Sorry. Now, why is the playground a special place? Well, every neighborhood needs a playground because it provides a safe outdoor environment for families. While a home is a place for resting and a library is a place for quiet reading, the playground is the opposite. So it is a place for noise, for speed, for active play. It is basically an exciting environment because it allows children to explore what their bodies can do. Whether you are reaching high on swings or racing a friend down the slide, the playground is where community members of all ages come to enjoy the fresh air and have a great time together. So, by visiting the playground, you are participating in one of the four core activities that make a community complete, which is the act of playing. It is a cherished destination in every town and a favorite spot for students everywhere. That is playground. And then the last example, last term under school is cafeteria. Again, our first category is school places. We have classroom, library, playground, and now the school cafeteria. Now, a cafeteria, as defined here, is an important place where students eat lunch and socialize. We eat lunch together in the cafeteria, enjoying delicious meals and chatting with friends in a lively atmosphere. So, when we are at school, we spend most of our time in the classroom for learning, but we also visit other exciting environments. One very important and busy place in the school is the cafeteria. Now, the cafeteria is a special room where students gather to eat their lunch and spend time together. It is a place filled with energy, filled with noise, and the smell of yummy food. So, unlike the quiet library, the cafeteria was or is a lively atmosphere, no? Where talking and laughing are encouraged. So that is cafeteria. Now, what happens in a cafeteria? Well, the cafeteria has two main purposes that help make the school day better for every student. First, of course, first main purpose is eating lunch or eating snacks. This is the primary reason for the cafeteria. So here, students sit together to enjoy delicious meals. Now, eating a good lunch gives your body the energy it needs to go back to the classroom and, of course, to keep learning. Okay? That's the first primary purpose. Next is socializing. Now, the cafeteria is a place to socialize, which means talking and being friendly with others. That's what we do. It is a time for chatting with friends. No, it is a time for sharing stories about your day and for meeting new people from different classes. That is a cafeteria. Now, because the cafeteria is a place where everyone meets, it is a great example of a community environment. While a home is a private place for living, the cafeteria is a public space where we learn how to be part of a group. So we share space there in the cafeteria. Students share long tables and chairs, which teaches us how to be respectful of other space while we eat. Next, we also have lively atmosphere. So a lively atmosphere means the room is full of life and movement. You can hear the sounds of many people talking at once, which makes the cafeteria feel very different from the quiet classroom. Next, we have delicious meals. So, whether students bring a lunchbox from their home to get food from the school, The cafeteria provides a designated spot to sit down and enjoy those meals. So those are the, what makes the cafeteria a community place. Now, of course, just like other places we've discussed, we ask why the cafeteria is important. Well, the cafeteria is an essential part of the school because it supports both your body and your friendships. After working hard on learning materials in the classroom, your brain needs a break. So the cafeteria provides that break by allowing you to focus on food and friends. So in our list of places, the cafeteria is a mix of working because it is part of the school day and playing because it is social and fun. It is a destination that every student looks forward to visit during their busy day at school. It is a place where delicious meals and chatting with friends come together to make the school community stronger. That is our school cafeteria. And those are the school places. Let's do a review. Classroom is where a room is a room where students learn together and engage. Library is a place full of books for reading and studying. Playground is an outdoor area where children can play and enjoy. And cafeteria is a place where students eat and socialize. And that is school places. Any questions? None? Let's do let's have a break and we will be back by 6:40. So let's have a 6-minute break. Drink your water, go to drink your water, have a quick rest, and we will be back by 6:40. Okay. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to our English class. I hope everybody is back. Again, we did a break, a quick break, and we are back now since it's already 6:40. Again, I hope everybody is already settled in, had their proper break, a quick rest. No? I hope you all had drink your water or had your snacks, any. And I hope you are all comfortable. Okay? All right. Let's have you know, um, a quick inhaling and exhaling just to let out all the stress or negative energy that you had this day. On my cue, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay, I hope everybody is settled in. We are going to continue with so far. Our discussion was all about places, and our first category is on school places, where we learned classroom, library, playground, and cafeteria. We move on to the towns and city places. Now, towns and city places. Here, cities and towns are large areas filled with many buildings, roads, and exciting environments for us to explore. Now, how do we define a town or a city? A town or a city is a big community where many people live and work together. So, while our home is a private place for living, the city is a public place that belongs to everyone. In a town or city, it is where you will see many tall buildings and busy streets. So these locations are designed to help a large number of people to get what they need, such as food, clothes, and even help from the doctors. So when we walk through a town, we see many locations with different jobs. Just like the classroom is for learning, every city building has a purpose. We have places for working, no? So cities have many offices, they have many stores and factories. This is where people go to do their jobs, to help the community grow. So that those are places for working. We also have places for services. Towns have important buildings like hospitals, police stations, post offices. These are the places where we go when we need help or need to send a letter. That's post offices. Places for fun are also included because cities are full of exciting environments like museums, cinemas, and big stadiums. And these are the places where we go to see new things and enjoy our free time. Now, why do we visit city? Well, we visit town and city places because they provide things we cannot find at home. If you need a new book, you might visit a large city library. If you want to see a movie with a lot of friends, you visit a theater in the town center. So, cities are also places where we meet people from many different backgrounds, making the community feel lively and diverse. So, by exploring these town and city places, we learn how to be part of a bigger world. We learn how to find our way around and how to respect the many different spaces that people share every day. Whether it is a small town or a giant city, these places are the heart of where we all come together. That is basically town or city places. Now, in the town or city places, we include park, hospitals, banks, and post offices, as well as supermarket and bus station. There are many, many more, but we are going to include these main ones, okay? Now, we are going to start with the park. Now, a park is a wonderful green space where we can have fun and relax, as defined here. Families often visit parks to enjoy nature, play games, and walk their dogs. So, parks basically are great for everyone. Now, park is, as you can see in this picture, a park is a beautiful green space that belongs to everyone in the neighborhood. It is a place filled with grass, filled with trees, and fresh air, which makes it a very healthy environment for our bodies and minds. So, what is a park? Again, as mentioned here, a park is an outdoor area designed for people to relax and have fun. Unlike a classroom, which is a room for focused studying, a park is a large open space where you can move freely and enjoy the sunshine. So there is this green space. So parks are full of nature. You will see the green grass for sitting, the tall trees for shade, often colorful flowers that make the area look beautiful. So park is also a place for everyone. No, parks are great for people of all ages because you might see babies here, no babies in the strollers. You might see students playing sports. You might see grandmothers, walking or sitting on the benches. So it is really a place for everyone. Also, um, a park is a very example of a nature in a city. Even in a busy town with many buildings, a park provides a quiet spot to hear the birds, to see the plants grow, to enjoy the breeze of the air, to enjoy the nature itself. Okay? Now, I've mentioned that the park is really an outdoor area for people to relax and have fun. Now, what are the different activities that you can do? So, basically, a place for playing is a park is a very example of a place for playing. There are many exciting things to do when you visit. Families often go to the park to share special moments together. For example, they play games. So the big open fields are perfect for running, for jumping, and for playing with the ball. So many children meet their friends at the park to play tag or hide and seek. They also enjoy nature, so some people visit the park just to look at the trees and listen to the wind. It is a great place to learn about different types of leaves and birds. We also have we can as you can see in this picture, there are many people where they walk their dog. So parks are favorite places for pets. Many people bring their dogs to the park so the animals can get exercise and enjoy outdoors. And of course, the very main thing that the park can do is to relax. If you are tired after a long day of learning or working, you can sit on the grass or a bench and just relax. No, this will help you feel calm and happy. Now, why the park is important for our community? The park is an essential part of the play category in our lives because it helps our community to stay healthy because it encourages us to move our bodies and breath fresh air. So while the library is a peaceful environment for your brain, the park is a wonderful environment for your whole body. It is a place where we learn to share the land with others and how to take care of the earth. Every park is a small piece of nature that we all protect together, and by keeping the park clean and being kind to the plants and animals, we make sure that it stays a happy place, no? Especially for everyone to visit tomorrow and for many years to come. Whether you're playing a fast game or just sitting quietly under a tree, the park is a destination that makes our community a really better place to live. Okay? That is a park. Now, next to park, we have hospitals. Again, next to park is hospitals. Now, what is a hospital? As defined here, a hospital is a vital place for medical care. If you are sick or injured, you go to the hospital to receive treatment from doctors and nurses who help people. Now, in our community, places places where a very important place called is called a hospital. This is where when we are not feeling well, we visit it. No, we visit hospital. A hospital is basically is a vital location for medical care. It is an environment built specifically to help people recover when they are sick or injured. Now, what is a hospital? A hospital, it is a big building where health experts work together. So it is different from a classroom because instead of books and desks, it is filled with medical tools and beds. While a classroom is a place for learning and a hospital is a place for healing. Okay, so this is again a vital, a very important place. So the word vital means very, very important. Our community needs hospitals to keep everyone safe and healthy. Now, a hospital is one of the many places, one of the few places that open all the time. Hospitals never close because people can get sick at any time. So doctors and nurses stay there all day and all night to provide a care that the patients needed. Now, who works at the hospital? So inside this important place, you will find many people, kind people whose job is to help you feel better. We have first the doctor. First we have the doctor. So doctors are experts who study the human body. So when you are sick, they look at you to find out why and decide on the best treatment to help you recover. Okay? And then we also have nurses. Now nurses work closely with patients. They give you the medicine, they check your temperature, they make sure you're comfortable while you stay at the hospital. And aside from that, there are also other helpers. These are also the people who drive ambulances, no people who cook healthy food for the patients, and of course, people who keep the hospital very clean because it is very important. So, why do we visit hospital? Well, there are two main reasons as to why a person might go to the destination in the city. First is they are sick. If you have a very high fever or a bad cough that will not go away, you go to the hospital to receive treatment. We also have being injured. If you fall and break a bone or get a deep cut, the hospital is where you go so the doctors can fix the injury. So that is why we visit hospital. So basically a hospital is really a safe place to recover. Now the word recover, it means to get better and become healthy again. That's recover. So the hospital provides a safe and clean environment for this to happen. It has special machines that can see in your body, inside your body. And of course, they have medicine that helps you stop hurting. Just like the library is so quiet so people can read, the hospital is usually quiet so patients can rest. Because resting is an important part of how we recover. So when we are at home, our place for living helps us rest. But if we are very sick, the hospital is the best place to be. Now, the hospital in our community, no, in our list of towns and city places, the hospital is a place for working for the doctors and nurses. But for the rest of us, it is a place for help. It is a place that shows how much the community cares about its people. So by having a hospital nearby, we know that if someone gets hurt at the park or the playground, help is very close. Hospitals are big and can sometimes look scary, but remember that they are filled with vital helpers. Every person working there wants to see you smile, get back to your place for playing as soon as possible. Okay? So that is a hospital. Again, a hospital, it is a main place for healing. So we've already talked about for towns or city places, we've already talked about the park and the hospital. Now, our last word for this evening, we're going to continue with the rest of the vocabulary about um not just about towns or city places, but also other categories under places. Okay? So our last vocabulary for this evening is bank. Okay, so we try to understand bank. Again, so far we had park, the hospitals, and now banks. So as defined here, a bank is a place to save or borrow money. It provides services like checking accounts, loans, and safe deposit boxes. So people visit banks to manage their finances and secure their funds. That's basically what a bank is. Now, when adults need to take care of their money, they visit a very important town being building called a bank. So a bank again, it is a safe place to save or to borrow money. It is a vital part of the working and the living parts of our community life. So again, what is a bank? A bank, it is a secure building where people go to manage their finances. Finances is a big word that just means everything to do with money. So when we say finances, everything to do with money. While a classroom is a learning for is for learning with books, a bank is just for learning how to be responsible with your coins, with your bills. So a bank, it is a place to save. When people earn money from their jobs, they often take it to the bank. The bank keeps the money in a checking account, which is like a digital box that keeps your funds secure until you need them. Aside from that, we also have a place to borrow. Sometimes people need a large amount of money to buy a home or a car. So the bank can provide loans, which means they lend you the money and you pay it back slowly over time. Okay. Aside from that, we also have a bank can secure funds. So banks have very strong rooms called safes or vaults. They also have safe deposit boxes where people can keep their most important papers or jewelry. So that is those are the different function of a bank. It is to save, to borrow, and to secure funds. So why do people visit the bank? Well, people visit banks to make sure their money is safe and plan for the future. So first is we visit bank to manage our money. Just like you use learning materials to study in school, adults use bank services to manage their finances. This helps them pay for food, for clothes, and their house. We manage our money very wisely, okay? Next, aside from managing our money wisely, there's also safety. So, keeping a lot of money at home is not always safe. The bank is designed to be a secure environment where money is protected from being lost. And then, aside from that, we get help. So, banks have workers called tellers or bankers. These people are like the teachers in a classroom, so they guide you and help you understand how to use the bank's services. So the bank in our town is a key destination in every city. It is often located near the other important places like the hospital or the library. While the park is a green space for relaxing, which was mentioned earlier, the bank it is a professional space for businesses, no? Even though it is a very serious place, well, it is still a vital place for our community because it helps the town grow. So when banks lend money to people, those people can start a new business or start new businesses or build new places for the community to enjoy. Okay? Okay. Now, again, banks it is for how do you call that? It is where we really talk about money. Okay, that is a bank. No finances, our finances. So learning about money, even though students are usually in the classroom, learning about banks is very important for them in the future. When you save your money in a small piggy bank at home, you are doing the same job as a big city bank. Okay? That is its importance. So, by understanding that a bank is a place to save, that a bank is a place for to borrow, you are learning how our community stays strong and healthy. It is a destination where we secure funds, allow family to live happy lives in their homes and in their neighborhoods. Again, that is bank. And that's the last vocabulary we are going to learn for this evening. Let's do a review of the topic discussion and the terms that we've learned this evening. Again, we started with our lesson 11 on places. This is our first day. Again, what are places? This is where we live, work, learn, and play. And then in the school places, we include the classroom, the library, the playground, and the school cafeteria. Okay, here the classroom that is for learning, library for learning and resting, playground, of course, for fun, for excitement, and cafeteria, which is for eating. No, those four are under school places. Aside from that, we also have towns or city places. Now, in the towns or city places, we already just talked about three vocabulary. We have the banks, the hospitals, and the park. Okay, so um, so those are the different places or vocabulary that we are learning so far. Any questions? I'm constantly checking actually on the any kind of responses that you might give, but there's none. So I hope everything is clear on your end, everyone. Nothing, no questions. Are you sure? Okay, I guess they're sure. So that is all for me today, everyone. I hope you all had a great rest of the night ahead. Goodbye and see you tomorrow for another lesson. Okay? Goodbye.